Right, that should get us up and running without any issues, because it is, you've heard it right, it is that time again. Welcome everyone to my live stream. Welcome along. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's that time again. And welcome to the stream. My name's Danny C. Let's get down to business, shall we? So, we go again for what is round 4 of the CC Sim Racing Renault Clio Cup Championship. And we are over at Switzerland in 2 different tracks in the same country. So what's going to be happening for those who are just joined, welcome along. Obviously that we've got a couple of industry races on our hands. So obviously we've got Deep Forest, which is the first race of the evening for round 4. And then of course we're going to the 8th race of the season, that is race 2 at Eiger Nordwand. So Eiger Nordwand, that's going to be an interesting race, I'm sure. That's because it's another tracker where there's going to be some harder opportunities. There's going to be some opportunities, not a lot of opportunities to go for the overtakes. If you were to start at the back, if you end up with a good result. So for those who are just tuning in, what's going to be happening is that there's going to be a bit of practice, which is happening right now. A one-shot qualifying, of course, for each race. And then obviously we get on with some sprint racing action. So no tyre, no fuel consumption rating as well. So other than that, we shall get on with the task that is in hand. So last time out, when I did the Clios, I've obviously did the extend my championship lead with another race win to my name, with some fastest laps at the pole position. So, and tonight it's a different story. So we shall see how that goes. Obviously, you have for the Drivers' Championship, myself leading the championship by 8 points ahead of my championship rival, that is Butler. And then you've got third place, that is Neba from France, who's on 86 points. And then Audio Mute is on 85, and then Petty's on 80 in 5th place. Petty's not here on this one. So obviously there's 11 of us in there tonight, I believe, unless there may be one more person that I may be missing out. So, right. Something went wrong. My stream not working? Or is it just me? Yeah, we are still live. Okay. I thought I've cut out her for a moment for some reason. But we're still moving. So I hope everyone's doing good for this evening, whatever you're up to. So, and then what I have to do as well, for those who finish the top 3, we'll have to send the 3-minute clip of the gameplay, the latest gameplay, after you finish the race. You know, just to get through the post-race checks. Failing to comply that rule will end up with a disqualification. So, but we don't want that. So obviously, set the brake balance to 5 and head out to the track for some track time. So after round 4, we have reached the halfway mark. So as we're in February right now, so there's 4 races this month, league races, of course, on the Monday, over at the Renault CC Sim Renault Clio Cup, and then of course we finish off the season on 2nd of March for the finale. Just need to flick it up to third in order to get traction. Welcome along, Daz. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the good luck message. I hope you're well, my friend. So obviously, as mentioned in the briefing from the man himself, that is Mr. Craig Cook, who obviously is the boss of the CC Sim. For those who'd like to go and check him out across all of the social media platforms, obviously you got YouTube and what have you. So for those who'd like to go and look at the content, if you were to listen to some of their commentary. Welcome along, James. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're well, my friend. Yes, it's ready. It's ready. So, obviously, got the feel of the car from the other day. So, I'm ready for the task in hand. So, and for those who are just tuning in as well, that well, obviously, I've got another League Racing Championship to participate in, and that is the man who has just jumped in to say hello, Mr. Jimmy Kodja. For those who like the British Touring Car Championship, like to go and have a look at his content on YouTube. Who, of course, is the host of his British Touring Car Championship, and we're in season 5. So it's anybody's to play for, I'm sure of that. So, and we kickstart off at Brands Hatch, which is the home of the British Touring Car Championship. Am I seeing something? Myself and Butler share the same time, and simply because that I've crossed the line and put in the time in first, but that time didn't last long because Patman has topped the timesheets momentarily. But that's just the way it works, isn't it? Like in any sport. What are you, a journalist or something, Jimmy? I'm only messing. So, let's see. I mean, looking at what we got, and in terms of my approach, I'm just going to, just make sure that I just start at the right foot, which I have done before. So it's just a case of, getting myself a bit into the right foot and then get into the flow as we go along. With that being a new car, as well as a different driver lineup as well, so it's anybody's to play for. So no problem, Jimmy, no problem. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Thanks, James. So here we are, another race with the same ambition, which is to try and extend my championship advantage, which is not going to be easy with what we got, as we've got this track, Deep Forest, to navigate a way through, and then Eiger, Nordwand, obviously going to be a tough track for sure for some people. Welcome along, Skins. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're well, pal. I got no word. I'm going to say that that track's been out for a year and a half now. Obviously, July 2024 update, and obviously it's one of the tracks that's been featured from GT5 and GT6. So of course it's fun for when you're on when you're doing a quick lap, but then obviously as for the racing side of things, obviously just makes it tricky. Makes it tricky for sure. Even if you've been put to the back of the grid, then it's going to be difficult to navigate your way through people cleanly. Yeah, I like this track. Obviously, it's one of the Gran Turismo's familiar fictional circuits of the franchise. Yeah, it's okay for small cars, but not great for proper racing cars. Obviously, the GT3s and so on. I don't think GR4 is too bad. Right, so we're just about to get qualifying underway. So, gonna get myself into the groove with the one-shot qualifying. Still cannot get over the fact that me and Butler share the same time also. Yeah, might include that as a bonus round, which will be which will send the grid completely crazy. So any moment now the qualifying should begin. So the qualifying's about to begin. Good luck, everyone. Got 5 minutes qualification, so all you need to do is do a one-shot qualifying lap, and then obviously slipstream is off on this one, so just pick your moment to go out in your own time, and then make good use of the track ramping up towards the end. That's my kind of plan. Obviously there'll be some that will be applying the same principle, waiting to the pits to try and get into the right amount of space in front of them. Brake balance 5 to the rear. There we go. Full dash to the line to begin the one-shot qualifying. Just need to get it together on the hairpin now. It's going to be close. Butler's on pole momentarily. Patman's on pole now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Very close. Not quite the best of qualifyings, but a lot can happen in the race. So this has shifted the championship around into Butler's favour as it stands, but there can only be one winner. Says we've got 10 crazy laps at the Deep Forest to navigate our way through. It is whatever it is. Might be just that hairpin what I've lost out on. That'll be why. So there's some that's practicing for their starts also. But in that case, Butler just missed out on pole by 36 thousandths of a second. So just missed out an extra points opportunity on that one. But there's plenty of more points up for grabs. Right, good luck everyone. Let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. Let's do this. Good start from my side. So Patman's getting harassed by a few drivers, including myself. Thought I got him. Track limits. Audio's on my left. I want that slip. Just need to get second out, well, or trying to get a better exit out of the hairpin. Up into fourth momentarily. Butler needs that slipstream. Butler's gone wide. Probably going to have to give the place back if possible. Maybe not. This is putting me in a really good spot. Yo, give me that slip. Give me that slip. I want that slip. Who's going to be last of the brakes? Live to fight for another day. Oh. Looks like it's going to be whatever it is. Rhinos in the war. Not gonna get the slip, am I? Gonna miss out on the win, but it is whatever it is. So Butler, oh, it looked pretty close. How close is that between Butler and Marty? 19 thousandths of a second. So Butler manages to win the race. So the championship is now Butler's as it stands, but the top 5 go to the back, which is going to be a much difficult circuit, of course. So I'm just going to have to make most of the damage limitations, of course. But yeah, it is whatever it is. Yeah, very close racing indeed. I'll just clip this, okay, and then send it to the officials, of course, for the post-race scrutineering. So that's that overdone with. Just give credit to Pac-Man and Rhino. You don't know if you want to do the BTCC now. Well, they're still early doors, I believe, for I think it's going to be for the reserves, if I remember correctly. So, but Butler gets his first win of the season, so well done to him. So he's now taking the championship lead, well, momentarily, but things could change pretty quickly for the next one, which is going to be a tough one, of course. I think you are. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm going to say that, well, that will be, well, for covering one of the races, so it's either Swifty or Hado for that one. So, but yeah, but yeah, I thought you are, mate. I thought you are, because I was just Yes, Jimmy, it is whatever it is, but I'm not stressed about it too much because obviously there's another opportunity for the next one because, as I was mentioning earlier on, well, you'll probably be listening anyway, that so I get to do the qualifying, so it's my chance to try and make good use of it, make most out of the sticky situation in order to regain the championship lead. So. And it's going to be tough for some to make their way through the field in a track that is super narrow to drive. So yeah, easier said than done. So obviously, Swift is back in, of course. Just had to be like super mindful with people where people are braking, and then obviously there was a bit of like a bit of a nudging, but it's like, you know, just little things that where you just don't want to dwell on it too much. That's how it goes sometimes. As Marty said to Butler, that Rubin's racing, even though that as Butler was mentioning, highlighting something that you had a bit of glitch going on. And obviously, sorry if there was a bit of bumping, which, fair enough. So, quick toilet break, and then I'll be back shortly. 226. And I'm back. So, Eiger Nordwand, one of the most difficult tracks to come across in terms of the overtaking opportunities. So let's get some practice on our belt, even though that I missed out on the top 5. So those who finish in the top 5 will be starting at the back. So that means no qualifying. Just need to let these two by, looking on the circuit map. So what that means, because the first lap of as soon as you cross the line, that's just around the corner, don't count that as a proper lap. But the second lap, it's a proper one, where it mattered the most. So not be long till I'll be being in qualifying. So good luck everyone, as we're about to begin qualifying. So this is damage limitation to try and salvage as many points as I possibly can in the track where it's difficult to overtake. So it's just a matter of getting it on pole if I can. What the? Oh, I think I might have done a mistake there. Okay. Well, that's not going to plan, is it? We just need to do the first qualifying lap. Yeah, that's I messed up this track. I messed up this time, but not to worry. But at least I've well done the obvious, you know, just well, just not even push for a second flying lap. But yeah, I was very close to getting myself into trouble there. Yeah. It's not like me with these kind of situations, but yeah, if I could gain more points than Butler, then obviously job's a fish. Obviously, you just got to watch out for Nabath and a few others. Well, at least we wanted to do this kind of race well at Eiger and Nordwand, but I'm sure that for the rest of the season. So, I mean, it's anybody's game now. So, how many places can those who finished in the top 5 from race 1? How much progress can they make? That is the question. So, yeah, that's blown the championship wide open there. Right, good luck everyone. Let's do this. Oh, bloody hell, I've almost slammed on the brakes. That's could have been worse there. Ah, almost. Don't want to get overtaken. Oh, bollocks. Whoa! That was very close there. Whoa! Bollocks! Yeah, welcome Local Ajax. Thank you for tuning in. Chaos everywhere you look. Oh. Oh, no, no. They couldn't get any worse. Pac-Man's there. So we keep going. So that's the, so eventually we got there. Had to give the place back to the person I made contact with after putting them into the wall, which I do feel bad though. But it's all good now. Ah! I don't know what was that, or if it's coming from, yeah. 2 laps to go. I felt something. Whoa! No, you're right, you're right. Oh, bollocks! Wow. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy scenes. Ah, my pink cat. Ah, just had to give way. Ah. Gonna have to have a look back at the replay and then obviously, well, I finished there with the Butler, so at least I gained some points back. So obviously a lot is going to be kicking off behind the stewards with this flipping race, and it's literally sent everything through the roof. And right. Oh, well, so what that means is I've got the fastest lap, of course, so that's an extra 2 points. So it's not as bad as I thought it were going to be, considering that with some of the, well, a bad world first racer having been so close to getting a result, and then obviously messed up in qualifying where I should have just took the first lap, but it is whatever it is. So yeah, it's crazy, but so yeah. Got that last bit of clip. Yep. Respect, sir. Yep. So at least I did right thing to give way, of course, to the person I made contact with. So, but I just went to, well, obviously it's going to be dealt with behind the scenes and so, but that race was just, well, proper manic. So, we made it. We made it through the halfway mark of the season. So, with another 8 races to go, we've obviously that, of course. I'm trying to find the right words after what was a very draining race, and rubbing his racing is you only had that one, but yeah, exactly, Skins. Which you don't get that a lot, but then you very much everywhere. But then it depends on how where everybody qualifies and so on. But so yeah, it was a bit pushy to passy, that sort of thing. But obviously, it took me time, and then I wasn't really desperate to try and get the place back until eventually when I saw Pac-Man behind, and therefore I had to give way also. So let's have a look. So that is the fourth round of the CC Sim Renault Clio Cup Championship, done and dusted at Switzerland. So the summary of the meeting, started 5th and then finished 6th, and then looking like I was going to go for the qualifying, but then I messed up in the qualifying with a simple the simple fact that I should have just done the lap from the moment I went out from the pit lane, where it was on the opposite side of the track. But it is whatever it is. So, and then what was it like? Started 6th at that point, and then obviously then there was contact between myself and Pac-Man, and then yep, I'll go and have a chat in private, and then obviously just to put my hand up, and then eventually later on that race, and had to give way also because I'd rather be a good sporter than be selfish to go and carry on. But then it was just a matter of finding the time and the right time to do it. But then it's one of them where you just had to just be nicer, which is might have cost nothing, Then and obviously I do apologise once more for to Patman if he is watching, but so at least it sorts the problem. It sorts the problem out, of course. But it didn't really lose that many places. I think it dropped down to what was it like? It was like we were our fourth, and they were fifth, and then obviously it dropped down to like what was it, sixth or seventh or something like that. But other than that, we've had to give way also, just give him an opportunity and then go from there. But other than that, yep, we just put that memory to bed, and then obviously so it's not every day that I win a race, but what is crucial is the consistency. I was able to continue to grow for as much as possible, and then obviously as for Butler, that he got what is it? Looking on the points now. So, looking on the standings, which it should, so obviously that Butler will have scored, having got a first, and what place did he finish? I'm just going to look back at the stream one moment. So Butler came sixth, so he got a first and a sixth. So he got first, which brings him 25 points, and sixth obviously gets him 14. So then he got 39, and I got 20 points in third. And then obviously for six, I got 14. So that makes it 34 points. So I've only lost 5 points, but with the fastest lap you get 2 extra points. So I will have gained another 2 points to the tally. So I've got altogether. But then it goes down to there's hardly any track limits in certain places at Eiger, Nordwand, and so 36 points, and then of course you also get an extra point for being awarded driver of the day. So that of course will be decided with the viewers of that respect. So I just leave them to it. So, but yeah. Right. Next time I'll be live is tomorrow. Gonna open a lobby at 6:15 or 6:30ish UK time for some open lobbies in the GR4s. So I'm yet to go and design the Hyundai livery. So obviously, So that's what's happening. So a bit of practice. Please be sure to do a qualifying lap, and then race. So, and that's what's happening for tomorrow for my Opel lobby services. And then I'll be live on at some point. Well, obviously, as Jimmy came on, and obviously we're just about to begin the first round of the Jimmy College's British Touring Car Championship. That's on Saturday. So yeah, that's what's happening also. Maybe another Opel lobby session at some point over either Friday, maybe Friday. But if not, then there's no stress at all, and don't take it too personal if any reason I wasn't going live. So, but yeah. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the race that I was doing. But other than that, we just collected as many points as I could. I've only lost 3 points. So that's put me down from what was a 9-point gap going into the double. But then again, that things will change behind the stewards and so. But yeah, welcome along, Darren. Welcome along, D-Man. Darren Peterson, D-Man, Game Chan. Welcome along. I hope you're doing good, mate. So yeah. So if anybody liking the content of what I'm doing, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't, appreciate your support as always, and yeah, just another crazy race, and yeah, we'll just keep going and keep pushing, and yeah, other than that, I'm gonna have to cut short, and then obviously we've got another person watching, and another person watching. Come say hello before I disappear until tomorrow. Anybody? Anyone? Give you 30 seconds. I had to cut it short. Anyway, I'm gonna have to cut short, and I have to cut short. So thank you all for watching. Have a great evening, great afternoon, a great morning, wherever you are in the world. From myself, Danny C. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.